Hey, welcome back to this Money Monday edition of Liquid Lunch. I'm John Tobacco, coming to you live from Midtown Manhattan at the Newsmax headquarters. And, of course, we're at the Question Tequila Studios. Downtown, the Dow Jones is still spitting blood. Red numbers all over the board, down about 200, but still holding above that 26,000 number. Bitcoin is just tooling along at around 11.5. And on Money Monday, we mix it up again with the moneyest guests. And you know them both. They've been here before. On the right, joining us is Martha Boneta. And Martha is a big Trump advocate and Vote America First and Women for Trump. She does all these great things for our country. And this guy who does all great things, he happens to lean to the left. But Richard Roth is a prominent New York attorney and comes on Liquid Lunch and gets aggravated mostly with my pen.
Hate that.
But Richard, Martha, thank you very much for mixing it up with us.
Thanks.
Every day we have a Republican and a Democrat. We throw out the news of the day. They mix it up, and at the end, thoughtful conversation was had and heard, and we shake hands and part friends, which doesn't happen on the other networks. But the shootings in El Paso and in Ohio. Now there's all these renewed calls for gun control, Richard. The right goes immediately to mental health. The left goes to ban everything. Well, what can we do that's sensible?
You know, it's a very frustrating issue because we can disagree on a lot of issues, both conservative and liberal, but this is not an issue that we should disagree over. There is an overabundance of guns in this country, and it happens not every month, but every week. And finally, Mitch McConnell has come out of his shell and said maybe we should have better gun control checks. The problem I'm having right now with our government is that McConnell should be an independent branch. He should have his own opinions. He's waiting for Trump. He's so afraid of Donald Trump. When Donald Trump finally said we should have background checks, now we should have background checks. It's not really that the checks and balances isn't working, but I mean, we've gone too far. Michael Bloomberg just had a symposium on this. What has to happen before we stop the automatic rifles from killing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in this country?
Martha, we start and Trump comes right out and says, hey, we should do some more work on background checks. And immediately they're on automatic weapons. What do you think?
Look, you know, and we can all agree that this is true, that guns don't kill people. People kill people. Would you agree with that?
I will.
And
if I had a knife, I'd kill one in every minute. If I have a gun, I'll kill 1,000 in a minute.
And here's
that's the difference.
And here's what we're dealing with. Even if we were to enact stricter gun rules and regulations, the bad guys are still going to get the guns. So, you know, we're in a situation now where in the two horrific mass shootings, you know, there were mental illness issues there. And this president is addressing that. And it's something that, you know, as a country, we're going to face. But I'm a huge Second Amendment rights advocate. And, you know,
George Washington is spinning in his grave right now. You think George Washington, when they signed the Second Amendment, when they signed the Bill of Rights, they said we should have semi-automatic weapons that can plow thousands of people in a minute? That's not what was going on back then. I would love to have them here now. That's not what was happening back then. In New Zealand, they had a problem. They cut the automatic rifle. They got rid of the semi-automatics. Why do we need? Give me a legitimate purpose to have a gun that can spew 100 bullets a minute.
41 people were hit by bullet fire in 30 seconds before the gunman was taken out. So to Richard's point,
one legitimate reason for that.
You know,
why do you need that?
I think automatic, semi-automatic weapons should be in the hands of public safety officers, police, etc., military. Give the cops and the public safety officers the upper hand.
Yeah.
But I personally, Martha, I don't understand why somebody needs to go deer hunting and shoot 50 shots.
But that's not going to cure the problem. It's not going to cure the problem.
I'll tell you what it will do. You're wrong. It won't cure it. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not going to cure it.
But it will reduce the problem. Right now, you can go into El Paso and in 30 seconds just spew hundreds of bullets and kill people. You can go into San Antonio. You can go into Dayton. You can go into Las Vegas. The guy was in a hotel room in Las Vegas just going ballistic with those guns. It won't cure it. You're right. But you're not going to solve mental health. That's the problem. You can reduce mental health just like you can reduce the amount of automatic weapons. I understand. I agree with you on the mental health issue.
Yeah.
But you got to get these guns out
In
of
terms of the red flag laws, approaching it from the perspective of if you see something, say something. Making it where in many of these mass murdering cases, the individuals were mentally unwell. They were on psychotic, mood changing drugs, and they had posted on the World Wide Web that they had fantasies of murdering people.
Yeah.
So
But if you walk, but here's the deal: if you walk into a school with 8, 10-year-olds with a knife, you're going to kill 1 or 2 people at most and get caught. You walk in with a gun, and it's lights out. That's my concern.
Some on the Republican side have been saying this, and I don't think it's that unreasonable, but, a lot of these younger people, it seems, have had previous run-ins with the law when they were 17 or 16, and all that gets expunged from their records. Maybe there's some record for gun ownership and stuff that doesn't get completely expunged.
I think that's a great idea.
These kids that are 17
Absolutely.
and they get taken in on some violent act, that should stick with them for a while. And
I agree with you. The problem is that you can't prevent someone from walking to a public place with a semi-automatic and spewing bullets. You just can't prevent it.
Agreed.
We can do as much as we can on the mental health issue. You're not going to prevent that. So if you pull away the weapon, and I understand you're right, there's a lot out there, it's hard to do that. But the more you can pull away the weapon and have a very hard line for allowing someone to have that gun, the more chance you're going to save lives. It's really a direct correlation.
Martha, final thoughts
yes.
on this?
Again, I go back to this, and I'll say it again. I've said it so many times. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. I'm a huge Second Rights Amendment. Taking away Americans' rights to bear arms is not going to solve the problem. The president is approaching this issue from the perspective of, addressing the mental health issues, and I think that that's really what we need to do here, because, it's not going to solve the problem by, taking away Americans' rights to bear arms.
But you're not going to solve the problem by trying to reduce mental health. That doesn't solve the problem either. You agree with that? You can't change automatically everyone's mental health to make them positive and loving life. So if that's the problem, how do you at least temporarily, you got to get rid of these guns. There's no legitimate purpose for these guns.
We got to get rid of this segment, although it's great. We're going to take a quick break. Martha and Richard Roth are going to stick with us, and we're going to mix it up a little more right after this. You stay right there.